Hi, my name is Nikhil Ranga. I'm the product manager at Roadbotics.
We found out about Roadbotics through Gateway Engineering. We were using them as a municipal engineer in kind of an interim period while we didn't have a full-time municipal engineer here at the building.
Roadbotics is a Carnegie Mellon University spin-out, and we use smartphones to identify road surface conditions for municipalities.
Using this simple cell phone and this car, the Roadbotics technology will be able to give Bethel Park all of the information they need to better maintain their roads.
The Roadbotics team drives every one of the customer's roads with a smartphone mounted on the windshield, and we capture video of the road.
A lot of the planning is done ahead of time. So whenever I go on the road, I basically just have to follow the navigation phone. The ideal conditions for us driving is clear roads, dry roads, and essentially just daylight. So you can go the speed limit, which is totally fine, and if there are other cars on the road, just make sure that you give a few feet of space so we can read the road. Again, if we can't see it, then we don't collect the data. So the Roadbotics technology makes it as simple as setting up a camera in your windshield to collect all the data that we need.
We then break down the video and analyze each image for all the damage on the road surface, and then assign that image to a score for the road damage and upload that to a map that can be used easily. We make it very simple by automating everything and giving all this data so that everything can be analyzed objectively without any biases.
I think this is very cutting edge, and again, we're on at the ground level, but a computer actually analyzes the photographs, hundreds of thousands of photographs, to determine a grading for each roadway. So I think it's very cutting edge, the technology that goes into it to actually analyze those photos and determine that there is some kind of defect in the roadway at that point.
My name is Kevin Ridge, and I am the front-end developer of Roadbotics. So that means I build the product that the municipalities use to assess their roads.
It's a really good program for us to use. We're able to look at photos of the roads, so if somebody says the road is in terrible condition, I'm immediately able to pull it up and see what it looks like.
They went through the presentation on Roadbotics, and we thought, this sounds fantastic. What's the cost associated with it? And it was a really low cost, great option, and so we decided, let's try it out. We think that could be a really nice option for us.
The reason for smartphone was to make it economical, because unlike very huge cities, most municipalities have limited budgets. So we wanted to make a way for objective data to be used for maintaining roads, and at the same time make it really affordable for municipalities. So we chose smartphones as the way to go.
The nice thing is we got on at the ground level where they're going to honor that low price for us for eternity if we stick with their program. So I think we're paying about $5,500, which gets us 2 times per year.
So we'll get photos of all the streets in a rating in the spring after the freeze-thaw has happened on the road, and then again towards the end of summer.
So 2 times they come out, do all our roads, they drive them all, take all the photographs, run it through the computer model, and then generate this report for us. And this just great GIS technology, we can go in, pick any point that shows of a road defect and bring up the actual physical photograph of that defect.
This benefits Bethel Park because we are bringing an analytical way to look at all the roads.
I think the differences we're going to see is we get a really nice analytical analysis of our roadways, so we're not just depending on one person driving around kind of looking, saying, yeah, this one's bad, or phone calls coming in saying, my road's the worst road in the municipality. We can actually categorize it, and we use analytical data to decide what roads need done.
Nowadays, most people are walking around with paper and pen, and their ratings are going to be vastly different.
It's just very subjective. You drive a street and you say, feels like it's a 3. This one feels like it's very good and it's a 1. So it's just one person's opinion of the street, where the Roadbotics program puts a science behind how it's rating the streets.
So we use a 5-level rating scale for the roads, green being the best, red being the worst, very simple color code. You can turn those layers on and off on the map. It really kind of digests all of our very complicated data and gets it on a map very simply.
So this is what the program looks like if you open it up. It's just a website that we have access to. We're able to zoom in to a street, and all these little points are the photos they've taken. So you can click and an image of that section of road will come up. You can click on it and zoom in so you can see the surrounding areas. If you want to see down the road further, you just click on a different segment and the new picture pops up. So you have the ability to sort by different types, level 5 being the worst. So I could turn off all the other levels in the municipality and just the bad defects will pop up, or you could do the opposite where you could see all the good streets as well. You could see all the green segments. When I was with my other consulting firm, we used other programs that were much more complicated to use. The collection of data was more complicated, hours of people collecting data in the field and then in the office.
Without robotics, it would take a lot of these road managers months to drive every single one of their road, make their own individual assessments, and then prioritize their lists, and then go out and recheck their work.
One thing is we're going to save a bunch of time and money from a staff standpoint, where in 2 or 3 days they can look at all our roadways, and it would have taken us several weeks to do the same thing.
With robotics, from us to get the logistics out, get all our drivers on the road, upload all that data, digest it, it takes around a month.
The nice thing is we have hundreds of thousands of photographs from these folks to go back out and look, and if we do have issues like this in the future. Additionally, if we want to show council, hey, here's why we picked this road over the other road, we have photographed documentation of why we chose certain roads over others.
Ease of use of the program was something that we really liked about it. The fact that it will be rated 2 times a year.
Additionally, we really like the robotics program because we're looking for a more long-term type approach to a road program. So we really wanted to hone in for a nice 5-year program. It's just an exciting program. We're really happy to be on board, and we see this as an expandable thing into the future.
There's no one who's using this technology, so we're the only ones doing this as a product commercially.
It helps the everyday person because it helps the municipality see their damaged roads. They can then take that information, see an alligator crack, and before that alligator crack turns into a pothole, then ruins your axle or causes an accident, we can find that, and then crews can go out and prioritize that on their own scale and go out and fix it.
In the future, the technologies would be capable of identifying and pulling out these specific distresses, where every single pothole is, where every single crack is, so that municipalities can now start sending out their maintenance crews to specific locations and make it even more efficient in maintaining the roads before they get worse.
This is an ongoing program that we'll be continuing with. Robotics will assess our roads twice a year for us, and we'll keep utilizing it as long as we see the benefits of it.
Very exciting, very interesting program. We're excited to be on board, and especially for the cost. We thought it was a win-win, cost savings, and allow us to establish a really great program. In future, I think it's wide open with the possibilities for this technology.